Thailand, formerly known as Siam, is in Southeast Asia in the center of the Indo-Chinese peninsula. The heart of Thailand is a wide open basin between the mountains of the west, north and east. This is the central Siamese plain. Watercourses come together here, down from the mountains, and these form a broad delta in the south. The Menam River, which rises in the northern mountains, flows down through the central plain, where it divides into several branches. This is a flat region, periodically flooded by the river and covered with rice fields. Rice is the most important of the products of Thailand. Here you see Thai farmers loading rice plants onto the boats to be taken to the threshing ground. The threshing is done by buffaloes treading out the grain. This peasant girl whom you see with her baby by the side of the field is typical of the people of central Siam. These people use their river as a main highway. It is always full of activity, with trains of barges carrying freight and passenger ferry boats. The banks of the river are bordered by houses on stilts. These are where the farmers and villagers live. The stilts are a protection against the floodwaters of October and November, which every year inundate a vast area. Here is another piece of characteristic river life, farm buffaloes cooling off in the water after working in the fields. Other river dwellers are fishermen. The waterways of Southeast Asia are in general full of fish. These are irrigation canals linked together by sluices, but to allow the passage of the fish from one channel to another, there are fish ladders, enabling the fish to leap over the dams. Here, fishermen are casting nets. There are various sorts according to the type of fishing. Casting a net is quite an art. It is often done from a boat, and the fishermen work together to cover the maximum area with their nets. Fishing is a highly organized industry, and fishing posts are spaced at regular intervals. Fish takes second place only in importance to rice in the food supply of the population. The great river brings down to the plain the rains which fall abundantly on the mountains during the summer. It is this abundance of water that makes possible the cultivation of rice. But the water has to be distributed evenly through the fields. That is why the ancient Siamese dug a whole network of primitive canals called klongs. This irrigation system is now being revived and improved. Big public works are being undertaken to dig canals and construct locks. In this work, old and new methods can be seen side by side. Here, women are carrying sand that has been brought by barge in order to raise the level of the banks. There, a powerful modern bulldozer is leveling out the newly built-up area. With the aid of dams, locks, and distribution channels, the river water can be stored during the period of maximum rise and then released when the level falls. Thus, there can be a steady succession of rice crops. Another important item in the economy of Thailand is its forests. The hill country is rich in teak forests, and teak is largely used for boat building. After choosing a tree that is ready for felling, the forester cuts with an axe a band of bark all round the foot. As the sap dries out, the tree dies. It is not until 2 years later that the dead tree is felled. The branches are cut off and the trunk is sawn into logs. Then the elephants come into action. It is their job to drag the logs through the forest. A hole is cut through which a chain is passed. The elephant has to use all its strength to shift the heavy timber. The elephants are clever and docile, and they are specially trained for this work so that they respond immediately to a word from their master. The teak logs are dragged as far as the nearest river. Then the foresters wait to take advantage of the flood season to float them down to the main river, the Menam. The logs are assembled in great rafts which travel downstream. They may take 2 to 4 years to reach their destination, which is the city and port of Bangkok. Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. It is a big port about 20 miles upriver from the sea. In the distance is the great Pagoda of Wat Chang with its pointed roof. The river is crowded with craft of every kind. Bangkok is an amphibious city. A great many of its million inhabitants live on the water. Here again, the houses are on stilts. The people of Thailand are Buddhist by religion, and there are many Buddhist monasteries, temples, and pagodas in the city. Here, leading a procession, are dancers miming a sacred dance. These dances are traditional and highly skilled. See how, while this girl dances with her feet, her ceremonial gilded fingernails emphasize the dance movements of her hands. Finally, here is the busy harbour of Bangkok, where ships of all nations, shapes and sizes come and go continually up and down the river to the sea. They bring to Thailand the industrial imports that this growing country needs. They export in return the principal products of Thailand: rice, rubber, tin, and teak.